Hello students of Standard 7th. Welcome to DAV Mall Public School. I am your English teacher Jagruti Meshra. Let's begin our today's online session of English. Today we will continue with the same topic, a hero from your English literature. Before proceeding further, let us quickly recall what we studied in our previous session of a hero. A Hero is written by R.K. Narayan. Swami is a boy living in Malgudi with his parents and grandmother. His father reads a newspaper article about the bravery shown by a boy and feels that Swami should do something similar. Swami has the habit of sleeping with his grandmother after listening to a story told by her. This irritates his father. Swami's father then challenges or rather forces him to sleep in his office. Dear students, in this lesson you will come across many difficult words. Here are their meanings: vague, uncertain, fraunch to stoop, nightmares, frightening dreams, rustling, low noise, mortal, deadly, mollycoddle, to protect from unpleasant experiences. Now let us continue the story, A Hero by R.K. Narayan. Swami pleaded his father to let him sleep in the hall. He also said to his father that his office room was very dusty and there might be scorpions behind his law books. Swami's father allowed him to sleep on the bench. Then he asked his father to have a lamp burning in his room. His father said he must learn not to be afraid of darkness. He must cultivate good habits. Swami also requested his father to let him allow to leave the door open. His father agreed, but he said he must make a promise that at night he will not roll up his bed and sleep at Granny's side. If he will do so, he will tell this to all his friends that till now he is sleeping with his granny. Swami was pained and angry. He hated the newspaper for printing the tiger story. He wished that the tiger hadn't spared the boy. As the night advanced and the silence in the house deepened, his heartbeat started beating faster. He remembered all the stories of devils and ghosts he had heard in his life. He had even thought of his friend Mani, who had seen the devil in the banyan tree at the street end, and he even thought about Muniswami's father, who was slapped by a devil. A ray of light from the street lamp strayed in and was casting shadow on the wall. Through the stillness, all kinds of noises were reaching to his ears: the tickling of clock, rustle of trees, snoring of the people, and some vague insects humming. He covered himself so completely that he could hardly breathe. Every moment he expected that a devil will come and he will carry him. There was an instance of his old friend in the 4th class who suddenly disappeared, and was said that he was carried away by a devil. Swami hurriedly got up and spread his bed under the bench and stood there in seemed to be much safer place, more compact and reassuring. He shut his eyes tight and started sleeping, and In his sleep, he was racked with nightmare. A tiger was chasing him. His feet stuck to the ground. He desperately tried to escape, but his feet would not move. The tiger was at his back. He could hear his claws scratching. Swami tried to open his eyes, but his eyelids would not open, and the nightmare continued. It threatened to continue forever. Swami groaned in despair. Now, with lot of efforts, he opened his eyes. He put his hand out to feel his granny's present at his side, as it was his habit. But he only touched the wooden leg of the bench, and his lonely state came back to him. He sweated with fright. And now what's this low noise? He moved to the edge of the bench and stared to the darkness. Something was moving down. He started gazing it in horror. He thought that his end has come. He realized that devil would presently pull him out, tear him up, and why should he wait? As it came nearer, he crawled out from the bench and hugged it with all his might. He used his teeth onto its mortal weapon. Then, as soon as he used his teeth as a weapon, suddenly a noise came. Ayyo! Something has beaten me. And followed by a heavy thumping and falling amidst furniture. In the meantime, as soon as those who were in the house, heard the noise, father, cook, and a servant came in the room carrying the light, and all the three of them fell on the thief, who had lay amidst the furniture with a bleeding ankle. Now everybody congratulated Swami next day. His classmate looked at him with respect, and his teacher also patted his back. The headmaster said to him that he was a true scout. Swami had beaten into the flesh of one of the most notorious housebreakers of the district, and the police were grateful to him. The inspector also said to him to join the police when he grown up. Swami said, for the sake of politeness, yes, but he wants to be an engine driver or a railway guard or bus conductor later in life. When he returned home from the club night, father asked, "Where's the boy?" His mother told that he is already sleeping. He went to bed at 7:30 only, and now he is sleeping beside his granny. Father was again angry. No wonder, he wanted to sleep before I could return. He is a clever boy. Now mother lost her temper and said, "You needn't have to risk my son's life again, and let him sleep. Last night he even slept for a moment." Father mumbled, "You are mollycoddling and spoiling the child." Swami was not sleeping. He was listening to the conversation of his mother and father under the blanket. He felt tremendously relieved to hear that his father was giving up before his mother. So here, students, we end the story. Dear students, based on our today's topic, here is a short assignment for you. Have a nice day. Thank you.